party. With me in studio, Chris Linares. She's got a great program called Diva Dance. In fact, you can learn more at divadance.com. Again, divadance.com. Let me create some context for you for a second here, and then we're going to introduce Chris. But so she's on the cover of the most recent Area Woman. My wife comes home after reading the article, tears coming down her face. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you've got to read this story. It's so moving. I can't believe how much I relate to her." And so I read it, and it's an extremely, extremely moving story. And it's just you share in the article about how you had a dream that you saw your husband in L.A. and you're in Brazil, right?
And he was from North Dakota. I think it was a nightmare, right? It wasn't a dream. Come on, the guy's from North Dakota.
So does Bill match up with what you saw in the dream or no?
You know, I never could see the face.
Come on.
I know that's the trick of life or God. You know, you got to go with the heart. I could never see his face in my dream. So, yeah, it's a true story. I was, in Brazil, I wrote a play about women's self-esteem. They ended up really small and became this big play. So I was working 5 years, Thursday to Sunday. You know, because of this play, my book came and TV show. And I was like, wow, I made it. I remember when I saw my second book in a bestseller list, because my first one, nobody bought it, just my family. So the second one was on the bestseller list. And I was like, I made it. You know, that's what life is about. And you know what? I came back home. I was alone. I was feeling lonely. You know, something was missing in my life. And I'm like, that's it? You know, so society taught me how to be successful in my career, but nobody taught me how to be happy in my personal life. How can I fulfill this lack, this emptiness? And I started praying for God. You know, I grew up Catholic, but I was really rebel, so I wasn't following anymore. I was like, and I say, you know what, God, I'm going to start praying again. And give me this person that I feel in my heart that I want to have it. And I start praying. And the third month I had this dream, and it was a vivid dream. It was a special dream. And in the dream, he looked at me and said, I love you. I miss you, but I'm going to meet you in LA. If you don't travel in LA, we can't meet each other. Yeah. So I woke up, in the middle of the night, and I was like, no, the first thing, people can read the Bible, or, if you believe in other things and sacred books, and people believe in those stories. But when it comes to us, we don't believe that there is a voice that talks to us, that is signs in our life. We believe this is not part of our lives. So I went through that moment like, shoot, is it true? But wow, I've been praying. You know what? I think I got to go. And I remember in my last party with 40 people, I told my friends, guys, take my picture because I'm meeting my soulmate in LA. It's the last time that I'm single. And they took my picture.
Now, had you ever been to LA before in your life?
Yeah. Just for travel, just for fun, like vacation. So I took a study at UCLA for women's study just to give an excuse, what a loser, desperate woman, so I don't sound so desperate when I meet a guy. Oh, I came here, I'm studying, And then I was in a party and this older woman was there and I felt the desire to connect with her. Something Miss told, introduce yourself to this woman. And I said, my name is Chris. And she said, what are you doing here? Are you an actress? In LA, everybody's looking for something. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? And I was a little tired of LA, blah, blah, blah. 3 months there. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not looking for a job. I'm fine. I'm here to meet my soulmate. And I told her the dream. And she was my husband's partner, business partner. They had a movie production company together. And right away, she said, I know your husband. His name is Bill. And he lives in Fargo. He's my best friend. I know.
I'm getting like chill right away.
Right away. And in our wedding, when she didn't give a speech, but kind of, she said, I don't know why I said that. And she called him and he didn't answer. And she said, leave him a message. And I was like, oh, you know what? Hi, my name is Chris. I'm from Brazil. I think I'm going to be your wife. You got to come and visit me. Oh, yeah, I did. But to be really honest, Chris, I didn't. That time, I wasn't so desperate that I thought was real. I was like, it's a fun woman. Let's play a joke with her friend that live in Fargo, North Dakota. That's all. I never felt like, hallelujah, hallelujah, it's him. So it wasn't that, but so 6 months later, we were married. 7 days before I went back to Brazil, my sister was on the phone and she made fun of me. She said, so you are coming back to Brazil. You're already almost 6 months in LA and you didn't meet your soulmate. How are you going to give an explanation about how powerful your God is? And I said to her, I said, Gra, I have 7 days in LA. And she said, exactly, you are coming back in a week. I'm like, do you know a God created in a week? Actually, not even in a week, in 6 days. The last day he relaxed. So I have 7 days in LA. It's a lot of time for God to work.
Your project, The Beautiful Women of North Dakota, it's all about that inner beauty. We know how society dictates to us through media, magazines, blah, blah, blah. That, in fact, we just played a soundbite about how women get paid more in the marketplace by $15,000 because of their looks. What was your inspiration? Was it your daughters, or what inspired you? You know what, let's go travel North Dakota and find the inner beauty of women.
You know, my husband actually he always want to do, he's a photographer. And he, you know, even in his work, he always took picture of, you know, beautiful, outside beautiful women, sensual women. And a part of him, as he became a single dad raising 2 girls, he was like, you know what, I want to do something different. I want to show beauty in a different light. But he didn't know exactly how to do this, but he always shared this desire that he had. And then I was traveling around North Dakota to give Diva Dance seminar, and I met these amazing women with amazing story. You know, I grew up, and I'm not ashamed to say, they call me generation. You know, I grew up listening to or watching Wonder Woman and Charlie's Angel. So it was a really narcissistic era for me, and sometimes being a mom, I was complaining that I was tired, overwhelmed, I'm not sleeping. And here I met this woman with 11 kids that she raised in a farm by herself, and full of faith and energy, and never complains. And I was like, wow, you know, sometimes when I sit down with my friends, we are a bunch of complainers. It's true. And I was like,
so true.
Those women are amazing. I wanna get to know them. I want to understand their values, the way that they were raised.
11 kids this woman raises by herself, and you talked about wanting to understand her values. What was the greatest thing you learned from this woman as you got to know her?
You know, one of the things that I found out, they have a strong faith. They develop such a gratitude for whatever is in front of them.
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mamas. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama.